everything is ready to go. Got chat pulled up. The game. Awesome. Okay. So, this is Monster Hunter Wilds. As you can see, I am playing it off of Remote Play again, because I hate unhooking my PS5. I have beaten the main story of this. I haven't beaten the high rank story yet, but I'm not going to be doing story content. I'm just going to be hunting monsters, showing off the game a little bit. I have very complicated feelings about this game. I am a very, very long-term Monster Hunter fan. I've been playing this franchise for over 10 years now. So, yeah. My credentials, because I know everybody wants to ask for your Monster Hunter credentials whenever you play one of these games. Well, you could check my channel history for one thing, and you would see at least 3 other games that I've streamed in this franchise. But I have played and beaten Monster Hunters 4 Ultimate, Gen on 3DS, XX on 3DS, XX on Switch, Gen U on Switch, World on PS4, World on PC, World again on PS5, and Rise on Switch, PC, and PS5. So I've been playing this franchise for a very, very long time. I've also played Monster Hunter 3U a little bit on 3DS, but I really didn't like it. It was really hard for me to play that game. The font gave me migraines. So of the games I've played, 3U is the one I'm least familiar with, but I have played 3U as well. So what do I like and what do I dislike about Wilds? Well, what I like is the, open world environment exploration stuff. What I don't like is how complicated they made everything. There's 4 layers to the fucking multiplayer thing that every time me and my best friend have tried to do it, something hasn't worked. I absolutely loathe the UI in this. The fucking item box is terrible. Look at this. This shit sucks. I fucking hate the item box. They made it so much worse than it used to be. Also, I can already tell there's input delay just from the fucking input in the menu here. This is gonna be fun. I have played this game over my portal, but the input delay is noticeably worse when I'm playing it on my laptop, and even more when I'm streaming it from my laptop. Oh yeah, this is gonna be rough. I'm sure I'll get used to it. I like how my character just kept running there for a full, minute after I stopped. That's cool. Why is this running so terribly? Okay, my laptop's in turbo mode. See, this, shit is pissing me off. Why is it being so stupid? I'm gonna try disconnecting and reconnecting and see if that fixes it. So I really don't want the game to run this badly. Because if it takes a full second for my camera to stop turning, that's kind of not great for Monster Hunter. A game that requires you to have, frame-perfect commands sometimes. So, let's try that again. Right, I have to minimize all this shit to get to the actual fucking thing. Where are you? There you are. Come on. OBS back up. Okay. If it still runs like shit, I'll just deal with it. Okay, this is automatically a lot better. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to hunt the Chatacabra that just showed up. They are what I normally hunt when I'm trying to get used to input delay, because they're just easy. It says waypoint. So, what I like about this game is this stuff. Being able to just hop out in the world and you're immediately in a hunt and that's all you need to do. I like that. I think the monster list is a little small from low rank. I know there are high rank monsters that I haven't seen yet. I don't like that you can't fight the final boss again. You can only ever fight that thing once, apparently, and that really pisses me off. So, like, there's a lot of... Whoa, what's going on here? Okay, that was a bad drop. There's a lot of, like, good changes in this, and there's a lot of really weird changes. And I don't know how I feel about the weird ones, because, like, they had a product that worked more or less fine with Monster Hunter World, and then they changed it because Wilds didn't work on Switch, or Rise didn't work very well on Switch, so that was fine. But I expected this to go back to how World did it, and, it's not how World did it. It does have a lot of World's DNA in it, but it feels like it tried to, like, revitalize everything because it was a new gen just for the sake of revitalizing everything, and half the shit they've done works worse than it did before. But to be fair, I am still very early in this game's life cycle. I have played this game for 40 hours. 40 hours is literally nothing for a Monster Hunter game. 40 hours is still the beginning of the fucking game. Like, I've beaten the story, and I'm still in the beginning of the game. That's just how Monster Hunter is. You haven't really started playing a Monster Hunter game until you're over 100 hours into it. That's just how it is with this series. So I'm sure by the time I'm at, like, 800 hours, like I am with all the other games, I'll probably be used to the changes in the UI and everything. But right now, I'm still trying to, like, work out the kinks of all the different weapons and, like, the UI and figure out the online and stuff. Like, this focus mode shit that I'm trying to do, I swear I've been hitting this fucking wound, and half the time it doesn't even do the fucking wound attack that I've been trying to do. I love Quematris, who's the big chicken next to me. That's probably my favorite new monster, just like design-wise, because it's literally just a giant chicken. My favorite hunt is either Ray Dow or the final boss, which, again, I'm really sad I can't hunt the final boss again, because I fucking love that hunt. That hunt was so cool. My favorite locale in this is probably this one, the Windward Plains. It's the least interesting, but it's also the most enjoyable to explore. The forest is kind of confusing, and I don't really like it all that much, plus also there's fucking spiders everywhere, and I have terrible arachnophobia. I have the arachnophobia filter turned off in this game, because I tried to fight Nursilla with it on, and it was a giant pain in the ass. For a monster that's already kind of a giant pain in the ass. I don't like Nursilla, I never fucking have. I fucking hate that monster. I have ever since 4U and the very first time I fought it. But I had to fucking grind for it, because, it's the only sleep weapon I have so far. So, I like to sleep bomb, so I needed to farm the Nursilla, which sucked. But I don't like the forest because Wallabria is in there. Wallabria is less offensive to me than Nursilla, but I don't like either of them because they're both spiders. The only spider in this series that I actually can tolerate is Rachna Kadaki, and only the, like, base version from Rise. I don't like the Pyre Rachna. But regular Rachna I really like. And a large chunk of that was because of its armor, and just because the hunt was really fun with Insect Glaive. It was really fun with bow as well. My favorite monsters overall in this franchise, I swear I've talked about this before, but finding things to talk about is part of streaming, so... my favorite monster in the entire franchise is Mizutsune, who is returning in a title update, and I'm very excited for that. I would have been fine if it was Lagiacrus instead of Mizutsune, just because Mizu has been in, like... Well, Mizu was in Rise, and that was cool, but Mizu had, like, 3 versions in Rise, and also only one of them was fun to hunt. So... like, one of my friends who I hunt with a lot, it doesn't like Mizu at all, because he's just totally sick of the monster after Rise, which is totally fucking fair. So, like, I would have preferred Legiagris just because I know everybody wants him to come back, and he hasn't been in the game since Gen. Or, I think he was also in Double Cross, because I don't think Double Cross removed any monsters, but that's a technicality as far as I'm concerned. So, I know a lot of people want Legiagris back, but I'm fine with Mizu. I love ending hunts with that attack, it feels so good. I made a short about doing it to a, Kirambi. That was really cool. My second favorite monster is Zamtrios, the giant inflatable ice shark from 4U. I really want that monster to come back. That's one of my favorite designs of all time. Its hunt is so fun. I would love to be able to see what they could do with that monster when the new, like, engine and everything. That would be so cool. I really wanted it back in Rise, because I thought not Insectglaive, what the fuck were they called? Wirebugs. I think the Wirebugs would have made that hunt really fun. Same with Dalamadur. Is there another chicken? No, there's just one. Okay. Most of it's taken. Yeah, like this kind of stuff, where you can just finish one hunt and then immediately go out and start another one. I really like that. There's a lot less time, like, lost in menus between hunts. But there's still a lot of time lost in menus, don't get me wrong, but that's because the menus are fucking terrible in this one. God, like... Some of this game is really fun, and some of it baffles my mind on how it got past quality assurance, and the biggest one for me there is definitely the UI. And even then, like, some of the UI I don't mind. Like, I like the new changes to the health bar and stamina bar. I like that food skills, you don't have to reapply them after every hunt. They now just have a set timer. It's not even when you park. That's really nice. I like focus mode sometimes, and I like being able to, like, aim and everything. I like the fact that the sharpness bar now actually shows you losing sharpness and, like, how much of what color you have. Like, all of that is good. But then you go to the item box, and you're like, why the fuck is loadouts clicking a stick? Why is it, like, totally different? Why is there 4 different versions of the multiplayer that you have to go in order to do the fucking thing you actually want to do? Like, you have to join the lobby, then you have to join the link party, then you have to do the link environment, and then you can do your actual fucking thing that you want to do. And half the time, you can't even fucking join the lobby. Like, every time I have tried to join my friend's lobby when I've seen she's hunting, because she's on PC and I'm on PS5, it's doing that again. Every single fucking time I've tried to join, it hasn't let me. It's always said, lobby cannot be found. And it's not that she's in, like, a private lobby or anything, because as soon as she reads me out the numbers, it lets me join, no problem. But she still needs me to join out, to, like, type out the fucking letters for the ID in a separate menu to the one that is the join through friends that's supposed to make everything easier. So, like, that's my big complaint with this game right now. The rest of it is a bunch of little nitpicks that I'm sure I'll get over, but my big issue so far that I really hope they address is the fucking UI. It is such a step back from every other game in the franchise. But ultimately, I am still having a lot of fun with this game. I beat it in basically 2 sittings. I went over to my friend's house, and me and my best friend started being friends. Like, we met through Monster Hunter 4U. So this series means a lot to both of us. So when a new one comes out, it's kind of a big fucking deal. She's probably not going to show up on stream just because she doesn't really like the talking online and stuff like that with strangers, so I don't know if she's ever going to hop in and stream. Her husband might. Her husband also really likes this game and we play it all the time. He also tried to do his own streaming thing for a while, but I don't know if he's still doing it or how successful he was at it. But he might show up. Unfortunately, Kevi-chan, who is the guy I stream with the most, the Filipino guy, he's my friend, he doesn't have a PC or a PS5, so he unfortunately doesn't have a way to play this game, which kind of sucks, because I would love to stream it with him, because I streamed, I think, every single Monster Hunter except for 4 and Gen with him. And I think the only reason I didn't stream those with him is because I couldn't stream from a 3DS. And I still played those games with him as well. Or at least Gen. I don't remember if we ever played 4 of you together. I'll have to ask him. That attack is so fucking good. I love it. I think I still like the bug nuke, the powder vortex explosion that Sunbreak gave in Seclave. I don't know if that's in this, but that was a bug-specific skill, if I remember correctly, not a weapon overall thing, which is why it only got added in Sunbreak, because it was one of the 2 bugs that had it. So that might still be in the game, or it might not. I actually can't upgrade my bugs to the next tier yet, because I don't have a Yankutku hunt. And I only got 1 wing from the, one that I fought during the story. Also, yes, I'm still going to call it Yankutku. I've been calling it that literally since 4U. I'm not about to start calling it Ian, just because that's what she fucking called it during the story. That pronunciation drives me insane. It is not Ian Kutku, it is Yan Kutku, and I will hear no arguments. Okay, let's see, what else is there? There's a Balahara and another chicken. There's Spider, Rathian. They actually made Rathian kind of like fucking difficult in this one, which is kind of fun. Rumpopola. I can fight Rumpopola. There's nothing in Liberia. Nothing in the arena. Well, let's go hunt a Rumpopola. I could have just rode the chicken over to this area, the Chocobo, Sacred, whatever you want to call it, but there's really no point to. I'm a little disappointed with how they did the open world thing in this one. From the way they were talking pre-launch, it sounded like monsters were going to be able to, like, actually go across the fucking environment, so, like, you'd be able to chase a Chatacropper to the forest and shit. And, like, the only time that actually happens is part of the story, and it's only one time. And it's the fucking Doshiguma, so, like, I don't know. I guess that's still technically not false advertising, because you do, in fact, track a monster across locales, but, like, I was expecting more monsters to be able to do that. So, like, there's not really any point to actually just crossing the different maps, because there's nothing really to do for it. Like, you're just literally physically doing something that you could do in the same amount of time by fast traveling. Also, my mic is, like, directly in front of my item wheel, and that's gonna be a problem, so I'm moving it over a little bit. So this is Rumpopola. This is my best friend's husband's favorite monster design-wise in this game. My best friend hates it. I think it's kind of funky. I described it as looking like a giant trash bag, like, mosquito. It's like a giant trash bag mosquito. She thinks it's definitely someone on the dev team's fetish, though. Unfortunately, this monster's tail is not severable, only breakable. Being able to bring 2 weapons into a single hunt is neat, but, like, I'm trying to describe why something feels off about it, and I think it's the fact you have to mount the Sacred in order to change weapons. Because, like, if it was just in the middle of an attack, pressing left to switch to your other weapon, there would be some fucking cool-ass moveset shit you could do with that. There would be so many combos you could, like, weave into that with. It would be like Devil May Cry. But you can't do that. Instead, you have to sheath your weapon, wait for your Sacred to come over to you after you whistle, and then switch the weapon, and then jump off the sacred to attack. So, like, there's just a lot of weird stuff like that, where, like, I appreciate what they're trying to do with this game, but I feel like they didn't have enough time to really let their ideas cook, if that makes sense. As far as the difficulty goes, it's... Some fights have been challenging. I've carded a few times, but I haven't failed any hunts. But I'm not really expecting to fail any hunts. Like, this is low and high rank, guys. This isn't G rank. Hard difficulty hunts have always been in post-game G rank, and, like, rare instances like the unbeatable All-Mother that was added post-launch for base game Rise, which was literally just an All-Mother scaled to G rank, but you had to fight it with low rank shit. Like, G rank has always been where the difficulty of this series has been. It's never been in low and high rank. So I don't understand why this game specifically, people are losing their shit over it being super easy. Because, like, hey, it's not super easy. You can still absolutely card. But also, it's never been the pinnacle of difficulty in these ranks. And in fact, I think if it was as hard as people were saying they want it to be, it wouldn't be doing as well as it is. Because, like, Monster Hunter is already a franchise with so many barriers to entry, just from the, like, technical shit you need to know how to do in this franchise. Like, I know how to do it, because I've been playing this franchise for 11 years. But even with World, Rise, and Wilds, I wouldn't expect a totally new player to know what the fuck they were doing in this game. Even after 40 hours. Like, I'm a veteran, and I don't know how some of the fucking menus and systems in this game work, and I'm a veteran. I am glad that this game is doing well, it seems. I'm playing it on PS5 with the prioritized performance mode, and there are frame drops. You're not really going to be able to tell because I'm streaming this, and streaming it causes its own frame drops because of input delay and dropped frames and all that. But in gameplay, you do notice it. Like, for me, one area that consistently drops frame rates, like, every fucking time I go there, is whenever I fast travel to the Windward Plains. From any other locale, it doesn't matter which one. But if I fast travel to the Windward Plains, there's a solid, like, 30 seconds of really bad frame drops. While, like, I think it's trying to load everything in, I'm not sure. But it doesn't happen for any other locale. It only, like, even Wyveria with the giant fucking city is fine. But, for whatever fucking reason, it really doesn't like the Windward Plains. Other than that, though, like, the biggest, like, performance issues I've noticed is, I don't know if it's because of the frame gen, or what it is, but my best friend brought this, or my best friend's husband, rather, brought this up the other night, and I was like, yes, thank you. Where it feels like you're playing the game and there's phantom inputs going on. Where, like, your character does things that you didn't necessarily tell them to do, or you'll get hit even though you've put, like, okay, longsword, the fucking EI counter slash, I don't know what's wrong with it in this game, but I get hit through it all the fucking time, even when I time it perfectly, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I know this attack, I know exactly when to press the button, this should be fine. And I'll press the button, and, like, I'll still get hit, kind of thing. So, there's, like, phantom inputs and, like, input delay, and I don't know if that's the frame gen, or, like, micro stutters, or what the technical term for that is, but it's really annoying sometimes. And yes, it is being made worse by the fact that I'm streaming this. There's been a couple times where I've tried to, like, dodge, and things just haven't worked. But that's an issue that's present when I'm not streaming this over remote play, and also just, you know, playing it on my actual PS5. The other thing I've noticed is you have to turn off the 220 hertz mode for streaming this game. You can't just leave that on. It will ruin the fucking remote play experience. Like, it is so bad. In fact, that might actually be what the problem is. Do I have that turned on? Or... Sure. Okay, no, I have it turned off. The reason why you want to leave that off is, I mean, you can turn it on when you're playing the game if you have a 220 hertz desktop or TV, which I do, which is why I keep it on when I'm just playing it on my regular TV. And it does work pretty good there. Again, like I said, there's phantom inputs that might be because of that, it might be because of something else, but like, I've noticed the phantom inputs even over at my best friend's house, and she doesn't have a 120 hertz TV, so like it doesn't like even let me turn that on there. But the PS Portal is the one I noticed it the most on, because I really only stream on remote play on my laptop when I'm going to stream this game, like, for you guys, or other games, because I have a Portal, so, like, why would I unhook my laptop to stream something that I could do handheld? That's kind of why I like the Portal. Usually if I'm unhooking my laptop to bring it in my room, it's so I can, like, watch Netflix or something, because the TV that I use in my room is broken. So, like, I've been watching a lot of OG Yu-Gi-Oh! On that. Which has been a lot of fun, actually. I've never seen the World Championship arc of OG Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters. I've always just skipped it, because everyone's always told me it was terrible, and, like, I don't remember it being aired on 4Kids when I was a kid. Like, I remember the Waking the Dragon stuff, I remember Duelist Kingdom, and I remember Millennium World, but I also vaguely remember some of Duelist Kingdom, and, like, the Virtual World arcs. Like, I don't remember the first Virtual World arc, the one with the Big Five and the Five-Headed Dragon, and, like, the lot riding the chicken. I don't remember that from when I was a kid, but I remember the second one with Noah Kaiba and, like, the Deck Masters and all that. I wouldn't actually mind Deck Masters being added as, like, an actual thing. I think they're kind of neat. I've done a couple of homebrew games where I, like, duel against myself kind of deal, testing out decks and, like, different mechanics to see what would be fun. Back when I was dating my ex-boyfriend, and one of the ones I tested out was a Deck Master kind of format. But the way I did it was, like, you could choose one card out of your deck, but you had to take it out of your deck, so you'd be playing a 39-card deck. And then at any point in the duel, you could pay half your life points to activate it, regardless of, like, phase or anything. Or summon it type deal. Because there isn't really a way to, like, mimic the exact way Deck Masters work, because a lot of them, their effects for their actual cards are totally different. Like, there's no way you can use Shinato's arc to, like, get the shit it could do in the Noah duel, because it's a fucking ritual spell. I don't remember what Shinato of a Higher Plane's actual effect is, so it might actually be closer, but, like, the Shinato ritual spell is a ritual spell. Its only effect is to fucking ritual summon, as far as I'm aware. I can't say I've ever actually used the card. I don't think I actually even own it. No, I don't think I do. To be fair, I don't have a lot of ritual spells. I've only ever used one actual ritual deck, which is the Hungry Burger archetype. What are they called? The Nouvelles. I have a Nouvelle deck. It's not finished, like, fuck, what's that spell? The menu card. I think it translates to what's on today's menu in French or something like that. But that card, I don't have that one. And that card's a pretty, like, integral part of the archetype. What that card does is you activate it, and then you choose two things out of your, two monsters out of your deck. Either the level 1 or the level 2 ritual, I think it is. Or you could also do, like, the level 1 ritual and, like, the pendulum monster. Fishwife. I can't fucking think of his name right now, but that dude. The problem with the Nouvelle archetype is they're all in fucking French, so, like, I can't remember any of their names. Oh. But yeah, you would activate the card, you would choose 2 cards out of your deck and show them to your opponent, and then your opponent chooses which of the 2 gets added to your hand, and then you can add one of the ritual spells. So, like, it's a fun little thing, like, you're asking your opponent what meal they want kind of deal. And, like, none of the options are really bad ones, because all of the Nouvelle effects are pretty fucking good. I think the level 2 is the only one with, like, a not great effect. But the level 1 lets you add something, I believe. I don't remember if it's a monster or a ritual spell. I don't remember what the level 2 does. The level 3... Is that the draw card? I think that's like the Bishojo draw card one. I think level 4 is some type of removal. I don't remember if it's destroy or, like, return to hand, but I'm pretty sure it's some type of removal. I think the level 5 just lets you add the level 6 or something like that. And then the level 6 is the chunky one that will tribute your entire field, your opponent's entire field. But yeah, the Nouvelle archetype is fun. I don't know if I would say they're meta in any sense of the word, although they are consistently able to outduel my Exo Sister deck, which is like the only actual meta one I have. I have an anti-meta Exo Sister deck. That one's really fun. I really like Exo Sisters. And my Exo Sister deck can beat all of my other decks that I use at least 90% of the time, except for my Jack Atlas Crimson King structure deck. I got 2 of those, and then I sort of, like, mishmashed a couple other cards into it. And that one, it isn't reliably able to beat, but it still does pretty good work. It really depends on which one of my 2 decks goes first when I duel against those 2. Because, like, if I can get my Red Supernova out on the first turn, then the Exo Sister deck really just can't catch up, because as soon as, like, a dangerous combination of monsters that would Xyz summon show up, Red Nova can just banish itself to wipe out all the stuff on the board, and then you're kind of fucked. But if Exo Sisters goes first, then it's the exact same situation, but in reversed, where the Crimson Dragon, no, not Crimson Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend deck just can't catch up. Crimson Dragon is actually one of the few meta cards that I don't own out of the Crimson Dragon, like, Jack Atlas deck builds that I see. Like, I have a lot of the hand traps, or at least one of them. I have, like, a pretty decent extra deck, just because when I'm dueling against myself, I don't give a shit about extra deck limitations, so I just throw whatever I want in there. I also don't, like, go to locals or anything, so when I play Yu-Gi-Oh!, it was just for me and my ex-boyfriend, but now it's mostly just because I enjoy the game and like to play it casually. But, yeah, I want to get a copy of Crimson Dragon at some point. I know there's a really nutty combination you can do, or combo of some kind you can do with the Crimson Dragon monster in order to summon the 4-armed Red Dragon Archfiend. King Calamity, I think it's called. There's a way you can summon that with Crimson Dragon during your opponent's turn. And it seems so fucking ridiculous, and I want to figure out how to do it. But, unfortunately, at the moment, I have no idea how. And I don't own a Crimson Dragon, so it doesn't matter anyway. Speaking of Yu-Gi-Oh! Though, the Early Days collection is out, and I'm renting it, and it is fantastic. I'm having so much fun going back to that era of Yu-Gi-Oh! The game I played the most of is definitely Eternal Duelist Soul. I played Duel Monsters 1 and 2. I liked 2 more, but they were fun just to go through, like, Duel's Kingdom rules and see, like, the type advantage system. I played a little bit of the one after that. I don't know what that one was called. Give me a second, I can actually find out. You guys are getting a bit of a Switch experience here, because I'm just going to literally just... Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hello, fair warning, you are on stream. You're not on speakerphone or anything, though. I mean, they might be able to hear it, but... I'm on my voice chat with best friend. Hey, what's up? Are you home? Okay, I'm currently playing it. If you want to jump in, you can, or if you would rather not play on stream, which I totally understand, then I can close down the stream. No, that doesn't bother me. Okay, then I will give you the room ID, and you can join. Are you gonna want to do voice chat? Because if you're not, that's totally fine. Okay. I'm not really or wait, if you're home, you could do Discord maybe, and I might be able to just link that into the stream. Where do I see the room? Is it member list? No, it's not member list. Inquiry? No. Communication? No. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where the fuck the room ID number is. Ah. Here. What the? Do it like that. I might be able to just invite you. No, that's PS5 friends. Damn it. Oh, it might be because I'm in offline single player. I just thought about that. Let me hop over to the Windward Plains. Okay, I'm going to let you go and call you on Discord. That way, I'm not like holding the phone and trying to do this one hand, so give me half a second. Yep, alright. Bye. That's backwards. Okay, well, that was exciting. So that was my best friend. She is actually going to be joining us on stream, which is surprising, because now I was just thinking she wouldn't want to do that. I'm going to call her on Discord and see if there's some way that I can add her to, the stream. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk to Alma really quick. So what we're going to be doing is she is trying to beat the story so that she can get into high rank. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this stream and then make a second stream once she's called and can join. That way, if I have to add her to OBS or whatever, it doesn't fuck things up. Oh, hey Mike, I just saw that you had it. My best friend is going to be joining in to hunt with me. I'm going to be helping her. So, hang tight for just a second. I'm going to restart the stream once she's joined, okay? Alright.